round 2 of season 1. Now we did have a little bit of a miscalculations with the stream because it did go off for some unknown reason, but hopefully it doesn't do that this time. I am joined with V8 Field. Say hello.
Hello there.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be commentating with you finally.
Yeah, same. Good collaboration this is, but that last time out was the Austria GP, which is a good race like last Tuesday. Hopefully the stream don't cut out. I don't know why I did it the first time around, but hopefully everything's okay. Having a little bit of technical difficulties. I've been off for the formation lap, so you're probably wondering, oh, there's no short qualified or long qualified. That's because it's the reverse championship for this season. If I take it, Appy's the last of the championship. I think I'm right. I need to have a look at the thing. So yeah, first race qualifying in reverse grid, so it is reverse grid. So Appy coming on pole position, so let's see if he can use that advantage for the rest of the race to stay there. And on the left hand side of your screen, I've got some strategies for the soft runners, mediums, and there's fast and the hard, so expect him to go much longer in this stint. So I think it is a 2-stop, I believe. I don't think it's an easy. I think you can do a 1-stop, can you, V8?
I think this is a very high depth track. I think mediums to hards could do a 1-stop, but if you're on softs, I'd say you have to do a 2-stop, definitely.
As you can see further down the field, you can see that there's drivers on the hard compound tyres, 3 of them, which are Beres, Jotar, and 4th and 7th place. So let's see which strategy will pay off. There's a couple of the mediums, which is String B and Evil Hunter down in 8th and 9th. As we already for the formation laps, they can put as much heat as they can into the tyres, generate as much temperature as they can for this formation lap, coming through the final corner, and we'll wait the drivers to line up ready for this 36-lap race. We'll see which strategy pans out for the rest of the race, which is the best one so far. Got a few drivers disqualified already for the formation lap. V8, who do you think is going to win this?
I don't really know too many drivers in this league, but I'm really excited to see that the guys starting in last, of course, they were the fastest last time out. They won the race, so I think it would be really interesting to see how far they come up through the field and how the guys who are starting at the front can hold them off.
Very interesting indeed, as they all line up on the grid then to ready down into the long massive straight. It's turn 1. We wait for the lights off. Right then, there's the lights. Taking a bit longer than expected, but we are lights out. Away we go. It's RRC TNR. He's got a better start. Renault's got a much better start than the Red Bull, and the Ferrari is lagging all over the place there. And that is Maldonado, who is up into 2nd place. That's not really good at camera angle. As you can see, 4 wide coming into turn 1. The McLaren dives down the inside. Is the Red Bull, but he backs out of it because he knows he's not going to make the corner. Appy stays in the lead. Maldonado is in 2nd place ahead of Tristan. Raiders in 4th ahead of Devil's Nightmare. They both come side by side to be ahead down into turn 3 to end the first sector, but Raider looks like he's ahead, and I think they all escaped damage free as we come down into turn 3 down into 3 corner. But RBR's had a little bit of a tank slap on the entry of turn 3, and he takes the Mercedes off the track with him, but thankfully no major contact has been made in the process. Evil Hunter's lost the place to 4th, as 4th maintains at 7th place. The racing point, the Toro Rosso looks like the Alfa Romeo goes down the inside of the Toro Rosso as String B and Toon. String B is dropped into 11th place, and Toon is now in the points in 10th place. Jonathan Cox and Tom. Now, Appy leads them away. What do you think about that start, V8?
What was that?
What do you think about that start of the race?
Well, I was watching the Alfa Romeo and the Maverick, a really clumsy start. A lot of damage to that front wing. You can see basically the right side of the front wing is almost gone completely. I think it's been a really good start from the Red Bull of War 97 and Toon Fan 2K18. The Toon Fan 16 all the way up into the points in 10.
It's nice.
I think the best start of anyone really.
All of the slipstream as we head down into turn 1. I can see in the background the Racing Point has overtaken Jonathan Cox, but the Mercedes goes side by side with the Red Bull. Mercedes has the inside line on the Red Bull, so he maintains the 14th place. Echo, that is the driver of the Mercedes. Any more battles going on further behind. All 19 drivers safely through, I think escaped through with no contact. NUF1 is going to go around the outside. Has he made it? He has the inside line, it's turn 2, but Stringby cuts him off. And now he has the Ferrari with him, but he outbrakes himself into turn, I can't remember what this turn is, turn 5 as we head up to the S section, turn 6, 7, 8 and 9, the most difficult part of the track, especially with the corner cutting system. So I expect many drivers to get, the Alfa Romeo's gone slightly wide and he loses a bit of momentum in that sector 2, and KRC and the Mercedes are fighting. Around the outside goes KRC, will he leave him any room? The Mercedes pushes him off the track, and now the Haas goes back down the inside. What's the Alfa Romeo doing? Has he spun himself? And he has. That is Tufan 2K18. Optimistic to go down the inside of the Haas driver. Now there's a couple of drivers headed into the pit, so that is Jonathan Cox, one of those mediums, so I think he might have a bit of damage, do you think?
I think there is a bit, yeah. I saw that War also come to the pits too, so it's the championship leader into the pits.
Yeah, good advice from someone in the chat, because my game volume is a bit loud, so I could barely hear myself. Sorry about that. I wonder why it was so loud. I tried to turn it down as the Toro Rosso as around the outside, which converted the inside line for him, and that is Stringby up into 10th place ahead of NUF1. But can he get a better exit? Coming out of turn 4 into turn 5, turn 6. Stringby is around the outside. NUF1 has made it ahead of Stringby. Tufan, I think he's just lost a place to the racing point ahead of him. All over the back of it. He's just spun him around and he hit the wall. So back onto the battle with Jonathan Cox and the Red Bull. I think they just both came out of the pits together. Oh
my word.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. What happened there?
I don't know. It's hard to want to describe. I only saw it. It came up very quickly to me. But anyway, Maldonado is leading in the Ferrari ahead of Appy, Evil Hunter, and KRC are having a battle now on the main straight. I think the Toro Rosso ahead of him. Devil's Nightmare is about to overtake the Red Bull. And he is down the inside he goes into turn 1, but the Red Bull try and get it back. He can't do it on this particular occasion, but he has gone wide, the Toro Rosso. Now the Red Bull takes advantage. Can Devil's Nightmare get a better exit quid out of turn 2? He has DRS, but the Red Bull doesn't. And there's cars behind looking to fight as well, which is the Haas at KRC. Can Devil's Nightmare try and make any sort of threat on the Red Bull? The Mercedes goes out wide. They're side by side. You need to be careful, these drivers. Very optimistic today, aren't they, V8?
It's all at stake here, really, isn't it? It's a really tough, competitive race. Pretty wide track, good for overtakes.
It's not. Evil Hunter's going to try it, but Devil's Nightmare has lost it. The Evil Hunter has lost it. We were on board with the racing point. Devil Nightmare and the Evil Hunter has gone off, but I think what happened to the Toro Rosso, I didn't quite see. Did he pick up too much throttle through the, I don't know what corner it is. Evil Hunter's dropped another place, and he's got Tufan behind him. These drivers need to be careful. It's all about racecraft here. Don't have the racecraft to just overtake in every single corner. Fourth, he's dropped it to 16th, so he's had a terrible first race as the battle for the lead is going on. Appy versus Maldonado. Can will Maldonado make any sort of defence here? Yes, he will. He's trying to fight back Maldonado. He's losing all of his EOS, and he's vulnerable probably because he's going to get overtaken by Appy because he's saving it on the straight, so not giving it extra any power. And around the outside goes Appy into turn 3, and he's done that move rather nice and cleanly. Meanwhile, further back, any battles going on behind? Nope. On lap 5 of this race, no safety cars, but there has been a few problems earlier on in this race. So Devil's Nightmare and the Maverick comes out. Can Joe Tar probably have
second pit stop?
Is it
already? Yeah.
Let me check that pit stop.
Twice.
So he is struggling down in 19th place. He's also on the hards as well. So Appy, can he get out of the DRS range? Yes, he can, but Maldonado brings that gap back to him. YBR is completely in 3rd place, no sort of DRS threat from Reino in 4th place. Tristan, by the way, has got 2 cars behind him, so he needs to be careful of the straight to see if they're coming and trying to overtake him. And KRC will have DRS in the back of Tristan as well, so he will be vulnerable on the straight, but not only to KRC, but to NUF1 as well. But Maldonado, is he close enough? Nah, so we'll go on board with Tristan as the Haas has now overtaken Tristan, but the Racing Point also does, as he gets a double slipstream off the Red Bull as well. So the Red Bulls dropped 2 places before one corner, and the Williams, can he go around the outside? It's turn 1, turn 2, which converts it to the inside line. Can he do a bit of a switch back on String B? No, he can't, so String B will stay ahead. But what about NUF1? Because he looks like he's about to make an overtake happen. It's turn 3. KLC out breaks himself, but he has turn 4. NUF1 can he do a bit of a switchback move? Try and make it dive down the inside. It's turn 5 and 6. I don't think so. Wait. No, so he doesn't do it. Maldonado, by the way, he's dropping further back. He's in the clutches of YBR, so I wonder if his tyres are starting to drop off. They're on the same tyres, of course, but I wonder if he's used too much of it in the first part of the race. He did get himself into first place, damaging the tyres, which is not a good sign for Maldonado, because look at the YBR's right behind him and he goes into the pits. So that's his soft stint done on lap 7. Meanwhile, further back, NUF1 is... Oh, KLC almost spins! Picked up too much throttle. I thought he was going to the pits, but by mistake he wasn't going to the pits. And now NUF1 has overtaken, but KLC tucks in behind the slipstream. And his EOS is all the way down to 8%. By the way, back in the background there's a Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Williams and Renault going at it. The Williams locks up.
Repeat that again, Williams got a bit of damage.
Did he?
On that left front end plate, that's gone.
So we need to keep an eye on that. I did see him lock up into turn 1. But can Tristan go around the outside? No. Beres is flying. Oh, he's into 7th place. The Williams got a much better exit, and he's going to go down the inside as well. Hope the Red Bull knows he's there. They both go side by side. It's turn 5 and 6.
You could have put a cigarette paper between the tyres there. I'd really clean from them. It's a nice little Alonso Hamilton reference.
Oh, he's gone out wide too. Has he got a bit of wind damage? Because that downforce is not generating as much as he wants to in that car, because he's struggling to turn in by the looks of it. So Appy and YBR is coming to the pits to end their soft stint, but Rayner, he stays out. So does NUF1. KLC stays out. So does String B, but he's on the medium tyre, so expect him to go much longer in this race. Beres is on the medium, the hards in fact, as YBR comes into the pits. So does Appy. Where will they rejoin? Remember, they were fighting Maldonado, who's coming around the final corner. And I think on those brand new set of mediums, has he got ahead of them? Has he? There's YBR, and he has. YBR was all over the back of him before Maldonado make his first pit stop, and Appy's got clearly ahead of him. Meanwhile, back at the front, so Rayner is our new race leader on those old softs. I expect him to come to the pits on this lap, because those softs will start to wear out. Stringby, however, will have the opportunity, and Beres will, because those 3 at the front will start to feel the tyres drop out.
Beres has come up 13 positions, so he started 17th place and he's up into 4th. And he's still got a long way to go in his stint. And he could really be a dark horse in all of this.
NUF1 is right behind him. Yes, he is. He's overtaken him. Well, he's about to anyway. He's coming through the stadium section. So Rayner is now under threat from NUF1, but I think they'll both come to the end of the pits on this lap. They're going to lose as much. Oh, they stay out.
Wow.
So, if it is a 2-stop, they should have pitted right about now, but they stayed out. And NUF1 has got DRS in the back of Rayner. The Williams has pitted. Down into turn 1 we go. Has he got ahead of him? And he has. So NUF1 is now the new race leader of this race. KLC's all over the back of Rayner as well. And Rayner won't have DRS to defend from him, because he hasn't... Well, there's only one detection point in the last corner, which leads on to turn 2 as well. Well, KLC almost touches the back of Rayner. Any battles going on further behind? YBR, I think he's just got past Maldonado. I think he has as well. So YBR's up into 9th place ahead of Maldonado. Those 2 were fighting before their first pit stops. How's Forth doing? Down in 11th place. Did he make contact on the first lap? Because I remember seeing him up there in 7th place.
Who are you talking about?
Forth. He was up in 7th place on the start of the race.
Yeah, Forth had to come in for a new front wing. not too long ago. If you actually look on the tyre, he's been on the medium for 5 laps, so we're on lap 9, so he's pitted.
Unlucky to him. So 19 drivers still in this race. Oh, Beerus, Rain has finally pitted. KRC has pitted, but why has NUF1 stayed out? He is losing and losing and losing more time to the guys behind. He's gonna drop back a lot.
He may be trying to extend his stint as much as he can, to maybe go into the hard and try and push all the way to the end, but it'll be a tough feat for him to even try that. So
could he be waiting for the virtual safety car or the safety car?
That would save him there. They would basically solidify him in first place.
How would you rate these battles going on, V8? Do you think they're clean? Nice and clean?
I think this has been a pretty good race. It started off quite
messy,
quite aggressive, and they're all a bit clumsy, a lot of wing damage there, but they've actually... Oh, there's a yellow flag. I think it's a Ferrari. Jonathan Cox.
Oh, it is a Ferrari. I can see him on the minimap going slow, so he must have spun. I don't think any damage has been... Oh yes, there is, on the left hand side of his front wing. No, it isn't.
Might have made a bit of contact with either the Racing Point, Toro Rosso, or the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo has been quite involved in quite a few instances today.
Which one is the Maverick? NUF1 has finally pitted.
Okay.
10 laps on those soft tyres. Look at Stringbridge fuel. He's already got a yellow mark warning, so that suggests he was running low fuel throughout the whole of the race. Just nerves that any late battles will cost him because of the fuel. He won't be able to push as much on the straight.
Yeah.
It's a yellow light warning, so he must have like over 1 lap fuel, because it was like, if it's red, it means like there's half fuel left. 0.5, and Appy, I think he's got past Evo Hunter and he's up into 3rd place. But what about Maldonado? Are those two still battling? No.
Maldonado's really dropped off.
Meanwhile,
dropped off the pace here.
The Toro Rosso and Alfa Romeo go at it again. Two Frank and Devil's Nightmare. And I think Two Frank's got ahead of him. And he has. He's just came out of the pits because it says 0 laps on the hard. So he was fighting Devil's Nightmare down that straight. The Maverick's got DRS on him. They're both on the same tyres. Expect them to fight for position. I think Toon will start to pull away as they goes off the track. Kicks up a bit of dirt as well. Feel sorry for this Red Bull, died in 19th. Where did he start?
Started in 19th.
Oh,
championship leader.
Don't think he's the championship leader, because I don't remember seeing him winning a race last in Austria. They said it was reverse grid, but I don't remember. Anyways, I'll find out later in this race.
I can investigate that. Probably. You streamed it last time, didn't you?
Yeah. Just there was a lot of penalties involved because the safety car came out. There was rain, and it switched onto the dry conditions. So anything could have happened. He could have won the race, knowing my gambling. There's the Williams of Echo and Mercedes going at it. Echo down into the first corner, currently ahead of him. KLC's got a corner cut penalty for gaining 1 place. Will he try and go down the inside? He will hang fire for the moment. Any battles going on further behind? There is with the Ferrari and the Toro Rosso. Jonathan Cox not really had a good race down in 18th place. Anyways, Beerus is up into 1st. He's not pitted and he's on the hards. Do you know his strategy could really pay out here? Because he's on the hards with all these guys battling in the midfield at the top as well. If any of these caught a safety car, he's in a good position to switch over to a 2-stop if he could. I don't think he'll stay out. If the safety car does come out, I don't think he'll stay out on the hards because everybody else behind him on a brand new set of tyres. But he could go from like hards to mediums to softs. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he can do that.
We'll find out at the end of this race, but he's had a clean race so far. Let's see where he started. Oh, he started in 17th place and he's up into 1st. He's really got the pace in this race. And meanwhile, the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull, and the Racing Point, And the Racing Points got ahead of the Toro Rosso before turn 1. Oh, KRC almost lost it at the exit of turn 2, picked up a bit of throttle on their wheel spin. But fortunately he's okay. And the Williams is under pressure from the Mercedes behind him, Iveco. So there's 3 drivers who have not made their stop. Interestingly, both guys on the mediums, and one of them was on the hards. So 3 guys, which is the 1st, 2nd and 4th, Evil Hunter, String B and Beerus. Those guys have not stopped. String B and Evil Hunter will be first ones to stop out of those 3 because Beerus is on the hards. So we'll see how their pace develops at the end of this race, as NUF1 is all over the back of Maldonado. So Maldonado has really dropped off. He was leading this race, but what's gone wrong for him, do you think?
Well, I see on his throttle management, I think he's driving with no traction control. So what I'm thinking is that he's struggling. He's just turned it off, and he's not really got the pace with it off yet.
Oh no, yellow strikes who set to 3. We'll find out who that is at the moment. Oh, the Toro Rosso almost hit the back of the Alfa Romeo. Wait, what's going on here? So I think Toon Fan actually made a mistake and he just hit the wall. And the Devil's Nightmare is coming to the pits. So is the Alfa Romeo. So those 2 are not having a good race so far. String B in 2nd place. Evil Hunter down in 4th. Told you he'd not stop, but he's got an army of cars behind him, especially those guys in the DRS range. Maldonado's one of them, and 4th is on the back of Maldonado, but 4th is cutting those corners. Needs to be careful. And yeah, he's just got past Maldonado. Maldonado's really struggling here. I don't know what's up with him. He's dropped into 8th place. Hopefully he don't drop anymore. I don't think he's got any front wing damage. Yeah, like you said, VA, the throttle input, he is using no traction control, so I wonder if he's like getting used to it, or if he's recently turned it off like you said.
Yeah, I think he'd recently turned it off, and so that would be an explanation as to why he's maybe not got as much pace. Because I've only just turned it off myself. I've started learning to drive without it. It's really difficult, and I find that I've lost a lot of pace, so I think that's what he's suffering from here. One mistake and he could be in a barrier or spun round the wrong way.
I'm glad he's practicing though, because it is a really hard thing to get around your head. I've managed to master it now, no traction control. It takes a lot of time and practice in this game. If you want to be at the top of the league, you've got to practice as much as you can. Turning the assist off can actually make you faster, but you've got to practice as much as you can. You've got to turn 1 assist off at a time, so you can manage 1, then move on to the next. Saying that though, I'm still on trying to practice no ABS, which is a difficult thing for me. Maybe easy for everybody else, but really difficult for me. I tend to lock up way too many times and start to overheat the tyres. And Evil Hunter's in the pits, so is 4th, so that's the end of their medium stint. They're both pitted on lap 16. Now Evil Hunter's gone up to the soft tyre. So is he trying to do medium, soft, medium? That's interesting to see.
NUF1 and YBR having a nice battle.
4th has left the session.
Pretty clean driving between YBR and NUF1 right here. YBR defending the position quite well though. The inside, could he maybe take the move? No. Was really good defending there.
Really clean racing from those 2. You're and they're still going at it as well. Oh, can he go around the outside? Yuri, nice to see you, mate. How are you? Huhatet.
Hello, Joe.
No battles going on so far, but the 2 guys at the front of the field now have not stopped, which is Beerus. You expect him to stay out much longer. His pace is still good on those hards, aren't they, compared to the other guys that are... Oh, Stringby's pitted, so he must be covering that threat. And he takes it cautiously to the pit lane as well. So he must be covering the threat from the drivers who are pitted on those medium tyres. Appy's back up into 2nd, where he was at the start of the race. Well, he was first leading this race, but his teammate currently has stayed out and he's coming towards some back markers as well. Head hood, thank you, Bell. And Echo and Stringby are going at it. There it is, they've got a bullet car battle and the McLaren's ahead, but what about the guys behind Echo and the Williams? So Echo is now ahead of the Williams. Those two have been fighting for quite a long time, haven't they? And now the Toro Rosso's the back of the track back of the pack as well. I thought those two are fighting. I think the Toro Rosso got a much better exit coming out of turn 2. Coming into turn... Oh, they hit each other! Stringby actually, I think he turned in on the Williams. So I think he expected him to turn in when he turned in, but I think there's no damage involved. That's thankful. That's the least we wanted. But so fourth, hopefully he rejoins back from this session. I hope he hasn't rage quit. He's got a good pace fourth, but I don't know if it's connection issues. And Toon Fan has got past Devil's Nightmare. Beerus is coming to the back of on the back of towards them. So, let me say if I can say this name right. I can't. War Beyond. NUF1 is on the back of YBR. 2017. He's going to make it into turn 1. They both go side by side now into turn 2. Can UF1 get... Oh, he cuts most of the curve into turn 2.
Then get a good exit though.
What track is it next race, Yuri? And he gets... Yeah, like you said, he gets a better exit. And he's ahead. Lovely before the corner.
Third place for him.
What Maldonado also needs to do is work on his ERS management, because he's been quite low for quite a long time in this race, and he misses the corner as well. Devil's Nightmare has just left the session. He was down in last place.
I think he might have had a spin through the S's, which would explain why he's so far behind anyone else. I was being lapped by Apple.
Look at that. Goldball was 6th place. Look how many cars he's got to fight off. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th.
They're all closing in on him.
How old is his tyres? Let's go have a seat. His tyres are 8 laps old. He's got guys behind him on soft tyres as well. The guys who are trying to do a 2-stop. So he's going to be quite vulnerable in the straight. He needs to focus on saving that ERS so he can use it to power down that straight. What about the car behind him? They're both quite on the same ERS, so Raider needs to work on his ERS as well. They're all quite low. So let's see who's going to try and make an overtake. Which one of these drivers out of this pack? Toro also goes defensive from the other Mercedes behind him, which is Evil Hunter. So they all stay in formation. I expected an overtake to happen, but that DRS train. This battle carries on longer than Williams behind can catch up as well, and so can that Taurus, that Racing Point. Those two are having a battle of their own. Done in 11th and 12th. Oh, the Mercedes goes for it. He actually goes for it, but he actually can't do it. He got squeezed onto the grass. I don't think that was an opportunity to try and overtake. What race is it next?
Oh, that's close from String B.
Oh, he's got to be careful, especially through those corners. Making it 3 wide is the other Mercedes.
That 2-in-1 corner. They're getting close to making contact. Toro Rosso.
I think Beavis is going to try and do a 1-stop. His pace is absolutely fantastic.
I think he can definitely do it. Switch onto a set of mediums. The Appy. Okay, he's actually lost. He's losing out quite a bit of pace at this point, so Beerus might have to come into the pits soon. He's only 1/10 down on his quickest time on 19 lap old cars.
Oh, they both made contact. The Mercedes and Toro Rosso have made contact now. The other Mercedes is about to overtake Stringby. So Evil Hunter and the Toro Rosso hit each other. Now the Mercedes will go down the inside, but that Toro Rosso has got full wing damage, so his downforce won't be good on those corners. Abu Dhabi, I don't like that track, but anyways, good luck. Cause a lot of problems for my racing, and this is the part where he will Beerus in the pits. This is the part where he will struggle. expect the Mercedes to catch up and the other Mercedes to pull away. And now Evil Hunter is on the back of the McLaren. So I don't think he got any front wing damage. He escaped free, but unfortunately to Stringby, he's got front wing damage and he has to be careful. It's the worst feeling in the world to get front wing damage. Absolutely frustrating moment.
I feel you there.
He's not coming to the pit, so he's staying out. Beerus, by the way, I don't know, he's going to be joining 3rd place. That's not bad for Beerus. Evil Hunter is ahead of Rayner. But Beerus, though, he's going to be my driver of the day, do you think?
I think if he can, it's only 7 seconds off his teammate. I think if he can catch up and win this race from, what, 17th on the grid, that would definitely be a heroic drive from him.
He kept out of all that drama through the first couple of laps, and now he's up into 3rd. Oh, Echo versus the Mercedes. Echo goes around the outside. It's turn 4. Coming into turn 5, the Toro Rosso is behind, and that's Stringby. Is he the one that got damage, or is the other Toro Rosso?
I think both of them have had damage at some point. The other Toro Rosso is way down in 19th. He's left the session.
Oh yeah. So he's that same Toro Rosso. I thought he would try and overtake Rain. He's cutting those corners because that downforce on that car is not really helping him. Especially dirty air as well. The amount of downforce you lose.
He's lost 1.5 seconds through the 2nd sector alone. Look how the understeer really compromising him.
I think he's getting rather frustrated as well. Maldonado, who's finally in the pits.
15 lap old mediums.
So if he's pitting on 15 lap old mediums, what about NUF1 and Appy? Do you think they might make another stop? I think they should. I think they have to.
Yeah. They can't go, what, another 14 laps on a set of mediums. Beerus can definitely go to the end.
Beerus did 20 laps of the hard, including heavy fuel as well. So I don't think those mediums could try and get to the end. And he's been. There's. Oh, have you seen any penalties popped up for Toon Fan?
I'm gonna have a little look in the incidents page.
I'm not really seeing any incidents pop up.
Turn that off.
Jonathan Cox is in 16th place out of the pits. Oh, sugar.
Okay, Toon Fan has been disqualified for receiving multiple penalties. I'll have a look at how many he actually had. Oh my word. He had 10 warnings. Jimmy? Okay, let's continue the stream on then. So right now we're watching the Red Bull, not the Red Bull, the Renault of Beerus, who is in hot pursuit of his teammate. He's on 2 lap old mediums at this point. Compared to his teammate, he's on 15 lap old mediums. So that's a 13 laps difference between the two. You can see the difference in pace and how they're taking the corners. I think that Appy will have to come to the pits at some point. And ZNUF1 is also going to have to come soon. Heading through the 3rd sector now. Is he going to pull into the pits? Not quite. Could he maybe get out of the way of his teammate? You can see from the flashing red lights of the leading Renault, he's just been overtaken now. Up the inside, you can see the Red Bull's also just coming out of the pits, is he? Yeah, Tristan's just come out of the pits. So that is P2 for Beerus, and we're going to watch him as he tries to catch NUF1, who's only 4 seconds up the road. You can just about see that silhouette of the pink car riding off into the distance, but soon that gap of 4.5 seconds will decrease. Hello there, welcome back to me.
Yeah, sorry about that. Something happened. Something's just happened. So I'll continue with the stream. So where are we?
We're watching Bearish right now, lap 24.
Rabiot is on the back of Reina. And Beres second place, so he must have overtaken Appy quite easily. Well, they're both teammates, so I expected that from those two to work together.
It was a pretty clean move up the inside turn 1 with DRS. I've commentated over it. I put on your stream. See where you were.
Young winner come Ferris. I'm a god like Beres. Appy's finally in the pits, so those 16 lap old tyres, I think he's going to go to a brand new set of mediums, hopefully not the softs because they won't make it to the end. So when's NUF1 going to pit then, because I don't think his fight is with Beres, I think it's with Appy.
I think NUF1 is going to have to come to the pits at some point. He's got 4.2 seconds, which that gap is just going to rapidly decrease. You can see it's already coming down from 4.2 to pretty much 4.0 yeah now. So I think NUF1 will have to come into the pits very soon.
Look at that, look at the amount of time he's caught up, 4.2 to 3.8 now. Beres is absolutely flying, but losing a little bit of time to the middle sector. Yeah, so Beres is flying, NUF1 will be under pressure from him soon, from the fast flying Renault in second place. NUF1 needs to watch out for the other Renault as well on those brand new set of mediums. Currently down in 6th place, he's behind YBR, but he's got a bit of a clean air and gap, and he comes into the pit, so wise choice from NUF1. So Beres will retake this lead. Let's hope he can stay there for 10 laps left of this race. He's done a good job so far, outstanding effort from him. From what, where did he start again?
Beres started P17.
P17 all the way to P1. Honestly.
NUF1's on the soft tyres, that'll be quite difficult at the end to manage them.
10 laps, I want to see. So he'll be much faster than these guys initially at this stint, but he's on the... Yeah, like you said, he will be struggling. 10 laps on those softs. Well, he did that last time, didn't he? He stayed out for 10 laps on those softs, didn't he? There was a formation lap, so that will took a bit of a life from him. There's no short qualifying or long qualifying. He did then 10 laps, and now with a lighter fuel mode, the car won't be as heavy as much, so there'll be much stress on the tyres. So I want to see if he can get those tyres to 10 laps, and he's going to be pushing absolutely hard as well. Do you think that's the right choice to go on those softs?
I think if you can manage them, then yeah, it's a very good choice, but it's a risky strategy call. You know, he could have played it safe like Appy and gone into the mediums, but if he can hold these tyres, then yeah, it's a really good choice.
Do you think he might struggle towards the end?
I definitely think he will. You know, you saw Maldonado come on his softs. He came on like lap 7 because he was struggling that much. So to go 11 laps on the soft tyres will be very difficult to do.
Evil Hunter has made a move on the Racing Point. The Racing Point has got DRS along with Hunter. They're both on the back of Maldonado. Maldonado, as we said at the start of the race, he was struggling, and now he looks to be under threat again. Kept it nice and clean throughout the whole race has Maldonado. The Red Bull's in the pits for a brand new set of softs. And the Evil Hunter's got a much better exit coming out turn 6, I think. Yeah, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, and turn 10, 11. He cuts most of that corner, so he'll probably get awarded for that. I think, I don't know, not many things have popped up in the left hand side bottom of my screen for penalties.
I don't think there's been anything for anyone, because I've been looking at the incidences. It takes me about 25 seconds to get from top to bottom. Loads and loads of 3 and 5 second time penalties coming out.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. It just popped up that one of the Racing Point's got a 3-second time penalty. And Eva Hunter's ahead of Maldonado, but what about the Racing Point? Will he try? No, he can't try. He's too far back. It's turn 1. Most importantly for Maldonado, he's got more EOS compared to Joe Tarf in the Racing Point. The draft tart. So he puts it on 0 because he doesn't want to use any of it. So what the Racing Point should do is just save EOS for the rest of this lap, then use it on the straight to try and pass Maldonado. KRC is right behind him as well, not to forget. He's 3/10 behind, he's got more EOS than the Racing Point and Maldonado.
And he's also on fresh softs, 2-lap hold, red wall tyres, so he'll be rapid against these guys. I'd expect him to get to 6th place by the end of the first corner, and if not by turn 4.
Going to the stadium section, there's a lap car ahead of. Oh, he just hit the back of the Racing Point. KRC broke it. He just broke later than Joe Tarf. That allows Maldonado to get even way further from. That puts a lot of relief on Maldonado's face there, because the Racing Point has lost quite a lot of time to him. So has KRC, and he's not using his DRS for some reason. So hopefully he hasn't got a DRS failure. He was using DRS last lap, but now he could be under threat for KRC. Did he forget to use? Did he forget to open the DRS?
You might have thought he didn't have it, but you would get the signature to beat noise.
He's not using it, so he's not using it, and that's KRC through. Oh, that's really unlucky, especially this part of the race. KRC almost went to the back of Maldonado. He put much later than he should have, but thankfully he still made the corner.
Yeah, how wide Maldonado went. He's really struggling right now.
It's one of those tyres for 7 laps.
Yeah, only 7 laps on medium tyres. Not really what you want to do.
Easy pickings for KRC if you can stay behind him. But I want to see if that Racing Point has got DRS failure, and KRC will make a move. It's a corner here, 90-degree corner, and KRC has made it before the stadium section. But the DRS, as he's struggling through that corner, the back end started to slide out. But if Maldonado has DRS at the back of the Haas, that means the Racing Point will struggle even more. But look at the Racing Point, already through on the final corner. But there's his DRS, he's used it.
Okay, so that might have been a short-term problem, or I don't know, to be honest. I might have just forgotten.
I've never forget to open DRS. DRS is one of my favourite parts of the race.
I sometimes forget to open it. I always open it even if I don't have them. I always press the button.
In qualifying, you always wait for that right moment to open the DRS.
Yeah.
I never like to open it too late. So any battles going on further behind? I think the Maldonado, the Racing Point and the Haas battle is done, unless the Racing Point could try and make any moves on KLC. Oh no, disqualified from the session has been Tristan, so he is now down in 18th place with there's 2 drivers being disqualified. I know
no retirements.
No, I'm surprised they've been disqualified. The amount of corner cutters they've done.
I'll have a look, see what that was for.
KLC, could he be on the back under pressure from the Racing Point behind him? Because his tyres are what, 5 laps old? Possibly when it comes to lap 35 his tyres will start fading away. And Echo's just got past Maldonado, so he drops another place into 9th. Next car behind him is the Williams, but he's still in the points, Maldonado, so hopefully he doesn't drop out even more. And the Racing Point has got the DRS on the back of the Haas driver. Both of them saving EOS. Well, the Racing Point needs to save EOS at this moment in time. He can't afford to use it all, especially this part of the track. He should put it down to 0 to save EOS, should the Racing Point. Because KLC's, well, he's using it now through here, but he's turning it back down. Now he's turned it down.
At the rate that NUF1 is catching Beerus, I think Beerus has won this race because 2 laps ago it was 13 seconds, so he's gaining 2 seconds, 1 second a lap. But he's not got enough laps left in the race. So his cars will start to.
His tyres won't probably have enough left either.
I think if he can just keep it on the track, even I think Beerus has won this race.
I think the leader's just left the session. He has. Happy, by the way, he lost the podium. Now he wants it back from YBR, and his tyres are 4 laps fresher than YBR's in 3rd place, and now he's all over the back of him. So could it be a double Renault podium? Beerus is dominating this race. Now it's up to his teammate to get a double podium for the constructors. YBR will be under pressure in the Williams. That podium could be taken away from him. And his fuel light is popping up as well, so risk of running out of fuel towards the end of the race for him. NUF1, like you said, he was not really catching. Well, he is, but he won't have enough towards the end of the race. His tyres will start to drop off. Beerus can enjoy a nice, relaxing race. He doesn't have to risk anything in this race. He's done enough so far. He's done a fantastic job from P17.
I think that's the Williams. Williams goes slowly. That is, don't be cute.
Yeah, I will not pronounce the name. I tried to pronounce it. Someone told me once, and I already forgot his name.
Well, the Williams has spun.
The Williams has spun.
Maybe jump into the points.
The Maverick, by the way, down in P16 has spun.
Oh no, it's been a pretty torrid race for the Maverick, to say the least.
Both Alfa Romeos not having a good race whatsoever. A Maverick Vignola's fan, I presume, for the Alfa Romeo. Do you watch MotoGP?
I don't.
It's where he probably got his name from, the Maverick. Rise for Yamaha with Valentino Rossi. And String B's in their pits onto a brand new set of softs, so he's probably going for that fastest lap of the race.
String B's faded from this race.
Who?
He's doing really well. String B.
He was that Toro Rosso, but Maldonado has retired. No, where's he gone?
You watch McLaren.
He's always expecting a Maldonado crash sooner or later. Oh, there he is, and he's lost his wheel. There's no yellow flags down there. I reckon this is a glitch lobby, you know, because nothing's worked out so far in this lobby. I've not seen anything pop up.
I want to see if Maldonado did take terminal down. Doesn't seem like it.
This could have been a strange race because really nothing's popped up on my screen, and Appy's 5 tenths behind. Every time someone spun or crashed, no yellow flags that came out. So I don't know if anyone's made a mistake or not, unless I look at the minimap or it's told me on the screen that he's retired from the session or been disqualified. So I'm in a glitch session, and it told me Tristan's got a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Tristan? What?
Yeah.
Disqualified.
Oh.
This is a very strange lobby. Illegal.
Tristan's been disqualified from the session for receiving multiple penalties.
Yeah, disqualified ages ago.
Oh.
But Maldonado was our first DNF
of the race. Look at this, Appy, more overspeed than the Williams of YBR, and he's done it. So it's a double Renault podium. Can he stay there? There's no DRS for the Williams out of this second part.
Renault had an exceptional race, coming from 17th on the grid up into the lead, and also you have to credit NUF1. He started way down the order, like 13th place. He's managed to come up 11 positions to be in P2 right now. He seems to have given up the fight against NUF1 is beginning to drop back, so it should be Beerus to win this race. He started his final lap. He just has to keep it clean, keep it tidy.
Appy does as well, but we don't know if these drivers we know drivers got penalties, but we don't want to spoil it because it's not popped up on the left hand side of the screen. And I'm going to look at someone's comment. I hope Appy takes the podium. Yeah, Appy's cutting on the podium. YBR is over a second behind, so he's not at the DRS detection point. No battles are going on unless the Red Bull can do something about it against Stringby. He's on a brand new set of tyres, Stringby, trying to go for that fastest lap. But anyways, let's give the spotlight to Beerus. Unless KRC can do something about it on the last lap. Winning that fuel, as you can see on his MFD. But Appy, Beerus is down there towards the stadium section. Can KRC make his move? Nope, so that's probably his last chance. YBR is struggling because he's fallen behind Evil Hunter, but anyways, let's give the spotlight to Beerus. As he comes across the final corner, what a beautiful race from this driver, and he crossed the line to finish in first place. Well deserved from P17 on the grid. Amazing.
Yeah, it's driver of the day for me. Incredible job. Absolutely dominating performance.
Didn't expect him to win whatsoever. This is what I like about this championship, so unpredictable. But NUF1 comes across the line to finish in second place. I won't place any bets because I'll lose them before a race. Appy, he will finish in third place unless penalties will do something about it. He's in third, but what about the penalties? Oh, he's got penalties. He's dropped into sixth. He has dropped into seventh. Oh dear.
So in all of that, YBR and Appy, he dropped from 3rd and 4th down into 6th and 7th.
Evil Hunter
98. I know where Drofter was fighting towards the back of the field.
Yeah. Someone in the chat is upset because he's a fan of Appy.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Jonathan Cox finishes in 11th place. Yeah, he's very upset. Well, Yuri, you can make him happy by finishing first in the F2 race.
Yeah, go Yuri.
I got my eyes on you, Yuri. So
they're probably both Dutch.
They are. I think they both are Dutch. Beerus wins this race in first place ahead of the racing point. I can't remember who it is in second. NUF1. How could I forget? So Beerus finishes in first ahead of NUF1. It's a precious 1-2-3.
Woo! You got that fastest lap from NUF1. 116.6. That's way faster than Beerus ever was. I think that means he's got an extra point there.
Appy is Dutch as well, so expected him to cheer him on. KRC, the Turkish driver, finishes 5th ahead of YBR, Echo in 8th. Quite a lot. The Maverick did not get any penalties.
Oh, good
no,
on him.
I did see him go off the track, so he must at least have 2 warnings. So the Maverick, who the only one in this session, did not get a penalty. Look at Beerus, he had 9 seconds. Nice to see a 1-2-3 from these drivers. For Britain. Well, how would you rate that race overall?
That was one of my favourite races to commentate on. That was a really good race, actually.
I think Austria was a bit better because there was more action going on and it was a mixture of conditions. But anyways, Mexico, not every race is going to bring on a show. But that's it for the RRC TNR race. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow for the RRC ROC race. So we'll see you next week at 8 o'clock at the same time next Tuesday. And we've got to read this final comment out before. Do you do interviews? Why should we do interviews?
Alright.
Yeah, we'll do interviews then. So NUF1. There were there was no qualifying session, so I've got a bit of time on my hands. The other two drivers are Beres, he's still in the lobby, thankfully. Can you invite the other driver that finished on the podium? So Beres has been I can't speak now. Beres has been invited. Who was the other British driver? Was it YBR? No, Evil Hunter. Evil Hunter.
Evil Hunter.
Oh. He's not in the lobby, so you're going to have to type his name. Can you invite him to the session, please? I invited the other two, so they should be joining shortly. So, NUF1, Beres, hopefully they'll be joining the party soon.
Right.
Brandon Jackson's joined. Waiting for the other two drivers, Beres. Beres, I invited him, he's still there. There's Evil Hunter. Yeah, so we're waiting for the first place driver. Hopefully we can get him in here. If you can get in contact with him, please invite him to the party. Give it a few more minutes before he joins his party. I don't know if he's doing something, but hopefully he'll be here. Try and get in contact with him in the Discord. Evil Hunter's typing in the chat. He's joined the party. Come on, Beres. I invited him a couple of times. I'll invite him again for the last time. Never a good sign. I had Brandon Jackson on mute by accident. I was wondering why I couldn't hear you. What's the next track? No one's telling me. No one's telling me. So. It's Brazil, I think someone's told me. But Beres looks like he's not joining, so we'll start from second downwards. NUF1, how would you rate that race overall?
It's not really fair to put it between 1 and 10, because how I feel right now, it's more than 10. I'd
so
12, to say it 12 out of 10. Yeah, that was...
You really enjoyed that race?
Yeah, that was one hell of a race, and well, the main thing is, I've struggled a lot with races recently, not getting good results or a bit of bad luck, and finally for once it went a bit my way tonight. I was glad to get second place there. Obviously commiserations to the guys who didn't finish or, you know, struggled in the race, but for myself I'm glad, and it's a good confidence boost for further races, and congratulations to obviously Evil Hunter with the podium, and Beres with the Beres, I got the name right, haven't I? With the win. Beres, that was a good result, a good win there. That was, I couldn't keep up with him on softs, but yeah, I think good strategy. I was overtaking a lot of people and I felt good there. I felt like probably the best race I've had in a long time, yeah. Yeah, that's about it really.
Where did you start? You started all the way down in... I can't remember where you start. But did you see other...
Sorry, go on.
Ah, you go on.
I started 13th. Yeah, there was quite a lot of carnage in the first
Yeah,
part of the race.
was messing the first. Like, did you manage to avoid that, or did some drivers hit you?
I made contact, but you learn as you get more experience in league racing to sort of not avoid it, because you can't always do that, but ways of just not rushing into certain situations and sort of being patient, and that's the best way to be. And obviously, it worked out today, so I'll take that into the next race and beyond, really.
Did you put any practice in this race, or did you just go for it?
No, I didn't do any practice. I was called up like very last minute, and by last minute I mean very last minute. So, yeah, it was about 5 minutes ago, and that's obliged. I wanted to help out the lads tonight. I thought, right, well, I've got a free evening. I might as well help out and reserve, and it was a lot of fun. And hopefully, I get to do this more often in the future, because I quite enjoyed the reverse grid, because it gave different drivers a chance to battle with each other that don't usually battle, because there might be one end of grid or other. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Your strategy was soft, medium, medium, wasn't it?
Soft, medium, soft. So.
Oh yeah. The soft strategy, do you think it was a bit of a risk? Because the amount of time you lost on the second pit stop, you managed to gain it back, but would you change anything from that strategy, or would you keep it the same?
I would have kept it the same, as if I'm honest. Obviously, the winner of the race, I'll just call him the B. Apologies if I've got the name wrong. So B. Yeah, he was on the one stop, so he already had that 23-second, whatever it was, 25-second advantage already, and I just had to make some areas of that up. Obviously, I couldn't do it all because it was quite difficult, but no, I think I wouldn't have changed the strategy, if I'm honest. Two stops the best one around Mexico for me, and it gave me a chance to push, and obviously that paid off at the end.
How do you think you're going to perform in Brazil?
We'll have to see if I'm racing there first. Hopefully I am, because I said that was fun, and Tuesdays for me might be the good day to race if I'm called up again. And if I am, then I'm looking forward to having a race from the back of the field. So obviously I'll be starting near the back again.
If you got any questions to ask for NUF1? V8? I don't think he's there. Right, so
Where was that?
you got any questions to ask for NUF1?
I don't think I do, no.
Right, so thank you for NUF1 for joining us. We're moving on to Evil Hunter. Evil Hunter, you started down in P9 and way up to P3. How do you feel, mate? You were up into P4 on the first, and you stayed out on the mediums for quite a long time. Then you had to pit. Then you dropped into the midfield. How was the battle in the midfield? I want to ask you this question: who do you think's at fault between you and Stringby? You made that collision in turn 2. It's on. He turned in on you. Oh.
Sorry to interrupt, lads. I'm gonna head off. It was a good race. Thanks for talking to you. Well done, Evil, on your podium. So good drive. I'll speak to you guys later.
See you later. But overall, did you enjoy the race? Yeah. Two stop was the best thing to do. Yeah, you finished in P5, but the penalties put you up to P3. That was the most. The most important thing was track limits, wasn't it? Most drivers get penalties. 2 drivers got disqualified for exceeding the most limits. Did you think it? Do you think any chance of that race you think you could get a podium? Yeah, you did. How do you think you're going to perform in the next race in Brazil? Let's hope you can keep it up. But hopefully you'll get on. It's the consistency. Fair enough. Thank you so much for joining us and giving a wonderful explanation. Hopefully you do have a good race at Brazil right now. What time is it? It is 9:15, so we'll leave it there, and good luck for the next race in Brazil. Make sure you tune in again for RRC for next Tuesday again at 8 PM. Thank you so much for this race. Thank you for joining, and that's us done for today.